Okay, so continuing. Let's play. So based sa previous playthrough, gameplay pala. Ito natin yung isang character. I guess merong side quests. Ano? Can't remember kung kinausap ko lahat ng tao dito. I guess so. Find Doc in Moscow and ask about a medicine. Okay. Skill panel 400. Burning strike. Okay, so may elemental defense siya. Next is powerful bomb. Art casting resilience. CG. Huh. Guess wala na. Punta natin si Doc.
Okay, off we go. An opponent like this should be easy.
There! One more!
Take this!
By the
Mirage! Try harder!
Nice!
This could be useful.
Tinatry kong ma-practice yung perfect touch.
Get lost!
You're mine!
Burning!
Here I come! It's over! Mirage!
There!
Sonic thrust!
Again! Magna Ray!
Magna Ray.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Okay, so pinapanood ako sa YouTube regarding sa tactics. Ano natin? Okay, anyone KO'd Corporate Arts or Life Bottle? Tapat mo na yung sarili. HP. Yan. What? Sort. Kulan ako dun ah. Okay, so 1 HP una. Then 50 or less. HP. KO. Element. What? Ah, change name, hyper declaration, changing name, server force. Okay. Focus on healing, anyone KO, ally 75 or less. Okay, 1 HP. CP less than 25. Bench check. HP, ally HP. Guess it's better 50%. In arts. Scale. I think that's it. Also healing. Save CP. All out. One KO'd. Save. Fearless. HP. Anyone afflicted. These two KO'd. Anyone KO'd. I think that's good. Leash, anyone KO'd. Save. HP. HP. KO. Yes. Set. lang. Okay, so lang. Okay.
Get lost!
You're mine!
Go!
It's over!
I'm only getting started!
Here I come!
By the power
We did
of
it!
water! These little ones.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Kumukuha lang ako ng parang mga ingredients.
Right, here goes! Here I come!
Searing
Try harder!
flame!
My turn!
Reload!
Take
Searing
this!
flame!
You're finished!
Reload!
Mirage!
I'm out! I'm all stuffed
Here I
up!
come!
Mega ray!
Magna Ray.
Well then, let's keep moving.
No choice! Here I come!
How's this?
Here I
Mega
come!
ray!
Here I
Did it.
come! Rising Wyvern!
Searing flame!
You're mine!
Reload!
Mirage!
Gemini Aqua! By the power of...
We're in good form!
Okay, saan pa meron? Mushroom, tsaka... What's this? Tooth. Mushroom. Let me get that mushroom.
Get lost!
Take
How's
this!
this? Searing flame!
Rising
Reload!
Wyvern! We're in good form!
I won't forgive you!
Here I come and face me! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Searing flame! Reload! Insects should stay on the ground. These little ones are hardly...
Less talking, more pummeling.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Meron kayong skill na pabalik ng CP.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Reload!
Mirage!
There! How's this?
Slash! We're in good form!
Kasi hindi na sila agree pag low level na sila. Parang sayang. Okay. Hey, so nothing in here. Muna tayo dyan. Muna tayo
It's so
dito.
quiet. From now on, no one is going to be whipped or killed here ever again.
For now. There's no one left to beat us. We can eat and sleep whenever we want now. Okay. I heard the Crimson Crows stole back all the food and other stuff the Bright Eyes took when they ran and are giving it out to people. I'm so relieved. Hi, Doc.
Hey there, Doc.
Who are you?
It's me, Iron Mask. Though these days I go by Alphen. I finally remembered my name.
Alphen? I heard that was the guy who brought down Balsef. Wait, you're telling me you're the liberator of Calaglia? Our own Iron Mask? Of all the people.
I told you, I'm Alphen now. And I didn't overthrow Balsef alone.
Even so, that's no small feat you've accomplished. And you managed to get your face back, too. That woman with you, the Renin?
You know about her?
Only what I've heard from rumors. I wasn't sure I believed it, but now I suppose I must.
Doc, she...
Thank you.
You sure you should be saying that to a Renin?
I'm not saying it to any old Renin. I'm saying it to you, young lady.
I only helped because it was in my interests as well.
Of course, I would imagine as much. But that doesn't change the end result. The two of you defeated Balsef, and now all of us are free. That is a fact.
Thanks, Doc.
I should be the one thanking you. I'll never be able to repay what you two have done. Anyway, I'm guessing you didn't come here just to catch up.
Right. We need your advice. We found a girl who's collapsed from exhaustion, and she needs medicine. Do you know anything that could help?
If she's that weak, she may need a nutritional boost. The herbs I have here won't be enough. Oh, have you tried searching Kirt Garrison?
No. We passed it on our way here, but...
With all the Renin soldiers gone, that place should be empty now. If we're lucky, maybe they left something you can use.
Good idea. We'll take a look. Kirt Garrison. If I'm not mistaken, that's located off to the side of the railroad tracks.
Wherever it is, just make it quick.
Be careful. Just because there aren't soldiers there anymore doesn't mean you won't find Zugos. So yung inikot ko kahapon or nung isang araw or kung kailan man yun, babalikan ko rin pala. Never in all my years did I ever think I would live to this day. Thank you. Thank you both so very much. Amazing. We don't have to mine any more fuel just for the Reno to burn it. Palakpak na palakpak. Gather around, everyone. I've got the goods you all have been waiting for. Wala lang pala yun. Okay, what else? I'm so happy knowing those bad guys won't try to hit us anymore. Thank you, Alphen. Skull. Those Crimson Crow guys are distributing food. We don't have to dig or push barrels around to stay fed now. For now. So I'm on this side. Can you believe it? We're now free to go wherever we like and do whatever we want, whenever we want. Though, and it's all because of that iron mask everyone's talking about. I hear. They're gone now. We don't have to fear the armored soldiers any longer. Go there. Grilled fish recipe. Oh no.
There's no point in reading it unless you plan on making it.
I really want to do something about all this fire, but it's going to take more than just a little water and sand to put them all out. And the blazing sword of Calaglia. Watch out, bright eyes. Hey, that's not fair. I wanna be the blazing sword. Basef is dead and his armored soldiers are gone. Our days of suffering under them are behind us. Yeah, that's all history now. Everything's going to change for the better now. I don't know how you kids can be excited. Did you forget that Bright Eyes were more than just Calaglia? Plus, there's still Lenegis too. Yeah, tama si Lolo. I'm not sure if we should really be celebrating. There are still lots of Renans crawling around in Lenegis and the other realms, aren't there? Yup. But enjoy the freedom first. I'm so happy. I can stop laughing knowing that the Rena will never beat me again. Those days are officially over. Whoa, is that you, Iron Mask? Holy crap, you're still alive? I'm pretty handsome under that mask too, I'll add. I heard you're the one who we should thank for kicking out the Renans. We knew a guy like you had that kind of strength in him. It's crazy, I tell you. Okay, I think that's everyone. Not sure. Scrap it. Gisambay. Wait, so no more? More. Look. Okay, time to go to Crit Garrison.
You look happy.
Do I? I guess I am. Getting thanked for everything by someone I actually know? It made it really hit home that we made a difference.
That guy's a strange one, though.
Doc? I don't think he's that odd.
He is, though. He thanked me, a Renan, for helping, despite everything my people have put him through over the years. He's free now. He doesn't have to act nice around my kind.
He's not acting. He means it. And like he said before, he was thanking you as an individual, Shion, not just some Renan.
That's what makes it so strange.
Would you have preferred he yelled and threw rocks at you?
I'm not saying that. It's just hard for me to understand him.
Okay, off we go.
Di siya sanay na
Get lost!
pinakompriment.
Sight! And again! Magna Ray!
Here I go!
Power of water!
You're finished! Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
This could be useful. Right, here goes!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Hear
Bakit
me!
hindi siya?
Fury!
It's over!
Burning strike!
You're on!
Got
Here I come! You're
Magna Ray!
finished!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
Let's dispose of the trash. Go! It's over!
Here I come! It's over! Here I come!
Gemini
Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling. Together, that wasn't even a problem.
They died already.
An opponent like this should be easy. Rising Wyvern! No escape! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
See. Additional 10 damage. No, it's this blazing sword. Inferno Torrent. Rising Phoenix. Crystal damage. Flaming Edge. Mage restored by perfect evading. Oh. Increase with damage point. Increase net depth. Stardust. Aerial attack. I think I like this. Ayun, kay Shion. Ako ng mid. Ano siyang mid-range? Ay, mid-air. Wala. Anong toxicity?
Think this is it?
How would I know?
It matches the description we were given, at least. No use standing around here hemming and hawing. Let's take it back and see.
I hope you're right. There's no way I'm coming all the way back here.
Just to be safe, I think before we head back to Ulzebek, we should maybe have Doc double-check this is the right stuff.
All right, but let's make it quick.
Yes, madam. Doc. Huh? Hey, Doc.
Did you find anything useful?
We think this might work, but we wanted you to take a look at it first.
Let's see. Ah, this stuff. Yes, this'll work. I'd hurry over and give it to the girl right away.
Right, then we'll do that now.
Say, Iron Mask. No, sorry. It's Alphen now, right? Are you and that young woman planning to stick together moving forward?
Yeah, I think so.
I see. You know, I think things just might be starting to change.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure of that myself, but I feel like after being stalled for a long time, the gears of progress are finally starting to turn again. I imagine people are going to have things to say about the two of you, but you simply keep doing what you feel is right. If you ever get tired and need to rest, feel free to come back here. Until then, take care of yourself.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Doc. I'd hurry up and get the medicine to the girl if I were you. Ha? Balang mag-teleport? Oh, sad.
Okay, off we go.
Out of our way!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right, no time to hold back. That buzzing is driving me mad.
You're mine.
I'll take you all on. Here I come. We got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
It's done.
Barely a blip on our radar. Out of our way!
You're mine.
Magna Ray!
Mirage, pierce through. Together, that wasn't even a problem.
And we're back. Still the same. Alright, I know what I want now. To just go out and find it. So, kailangan ba makita ko siya ulit
I thought I was used to fire by now. Is this what you asked for?
Perfect. That'll do nicely. I had a feeling you'd come through for us. With this, the little one should be right as rain in no time.
I can't believe it. Not often we get visitors from Cislodia around here.
Cislodia?
Calaglia's neighbor. One of the 5 realms. What with that wall in the way, I guess it's not surprising. But I've never actually met someone from the outside world before.
Up till now, the only time the gates ever opened was to let Renan convoy units in and out.
No one ever thought to stow away and hitch a ride out?
This place might be a living hell, but when next door is a living hell too, you start thinking it doesn't matter much one way or the other.
So you're Rinwell. and you're with the Cislodian resistance known as the Silver Swords. Your organization sent a group of you to establish contact, but you're the only one who made it through. That sound about right?
Lately, our people's oppression has become more and more severe. When we heard rumors that you had staged a successful rebellion in Calaglia, we hoped that maybe you could help us.
News sure gets around quickly, huh?
If you ask me, it's awfully convenient she just happened to show up now. Certainly raises a lot of red flags.
Please, I swear it's true! My people are dying! I risked my life trying to get here so I could find help.
It's okay. You did well. We'll take it from here.
Hold on, Zephyr. You're not really thinking...
We'll join her. Alphen, start getting ready. I let you use the blazing sword, and we worked together to overthrow the Lords. That was the deal, remember?
Wait, is that a Renan? What is this?
Take it easy. It's complicated, but she's on our side. She helped to find some medicine for you.
She did? But no, she's a... I can't believe it.
The Renans from other realms could attack at any time.
That's for you all to worry about. I've got bigger fish to fry.
That sword of Alphen's is our best weapon. We can't just go lending him to other lands.
Even if you keep him here, the blade's as good as useless without me on board.
And what makes you think I can't persuade you, Bright Eyes?
What makes you think you can? Last I checked, you couldn't even touch me.
Enough! Alphen, what do you want to do?
I know all too well the hardships the slaves of this realm had to endure. That's why I took up the sword. To help them. If Danans are being oppressed in other realms, then I have to help them too.
Nath has a point. We can't discount the possibility of further attacks, but now our struggle has grown. It's become much larger than just liberating the people of Calaglia.
We can't be in two places at once, Zephyr.
True, which means we're limited in our options. We play this the same way we did with Balsef.
I'm clueless. I mean by same thing.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You and me both, but it's too late for regrets.
Geez, really? You don't say.
So, you're really going, huh? Just the four of you?
Afraid so. Look after the place while we're away.
Always the smooth talker. We'll do what we can to hold down the fort.
We've got the Renans to keep us busy.
Good luck. Just remember,
Yeah, don't go killing anyone without good reason, I get it. I'm not about to repeat what they did.
let's move, people.
So may chance mamatay siya. Hindi siya yung isa sa mga main characters. Don't worry about us. We can hold the fort down here and just fine. Just don't forget to bring us all surprises, alright? To be honest, as much as I know our neighbors could use the help, I wish Zephyr would stay here and focus on Calaglia. Dapat. But I know once Zephyr makes up his mind about something, he's not one to back down. So I won't try to talk him out of going with you all. Take good care of your bodies on your travels. The road to freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. So, paano ko bubuksan yung pinto dun sa kapulot?
Do you think we'll really be able to wipe the Renans off the face of Dana?
Who said anything about doing that?
But we have to in order to survive. Don't we?
Now that you have the blazing sword, and have shown that we really can win this fight, do you really think we should go around killing every last Renan?
But what else are we supposed to do?
Say we go around killing Renans, so they don't kill us first. In turn, that'll just make more and more of them want to kill us. Where does it end once you enter such a vicious cycle?
Is that why you told Grenar not to kill any Renans without a good reason?
I'm not saying we should forgive and forget what they've done to us. But we can't let ourselves be dragged down by our own hatred either. Hatred comes in many forms. And there's no one solution that will work in every situation. We have to keep searching for new ones if we're going to survive. It's a lifelong journey, finding the answers. That goes for you too. You have to come up with your own answers.
Hey, Zephyr. Why do you keep fighting?
What do you mean?
Until I met you and the Crimson Crows, all the Danans I ever knew just accepted their lot in life as slaves. Hell, even I was like that. But all of you in the Resistance are different. Even when you have no hope of winning, you keep on fighting. Why is that?
Come on, that's an easy one. I just refuse to live life as a slave, that's all.
Better to die fighting for freedom than to live as a slave, huh?
Let me ask you a question, Alphen. What does it mean to you to not be a slave any longer?
I guess it means living a life not being ruled by the Renans, right?
But what about the Danans who died standing up to the Renans? Are they still slaves? Would they be truly free if all they did was follow my orders and die without knowing what it was they were doing?
But that's...
Being a slave isn't just a position. It's also a state of mind. Don't become my slave, Alphen.
That's nice. That's a good point. Assert the cliffs. Ooh.
Normally I don't pick on the weak. You're surrounded! Just stay calm! I'm on it! You're mine! Swallow blade!
Bombshell. It's a flying press or two to recover and land without being down. That's cool. Miss Cook 8. Weapons type, weapon types forge 10. Boosts attack damage.
Everything's coming up, Zephyr!
What's that over there? Some kind of castle?
Yeah, one that belongs to a different lord than Balsef.
Right. That makes sense. You said there were 5 of them in all, right?
Right. We've still got a lot of work ahead of us.
Suffer. Life bottle. Oh, dagat. Sarap mag-outing. Kailan kaya matatapos tong COVID? Matapos na.
Rinwell, right? It's nice to meet you. Does that little white animal follow you everywhere?
He's not a little white animal. His name's Hoodle, and he's a baby owl.
Puro.
And he's the only friend I have.
Lungkot mo naman.
I'll take you all on!
Here I go!
Don't go charging off like that!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Pathetic!
Pathetic. Almandimas. Clump of translucent, lustrous crimson stones. Once polished, its inner powers of fire can be unleashed. Okay, so siyang toxicity. Let's make her bombshell. Burning star. So, gamitin si ano,
Right,
si
here goes.
Mage.
Here I come! How about this?
Wow.
Come and face me!
I'm on
Swallow blade!
it! One final guess we gotta roll with it!
Strike!
Lightning strike.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Lightning thrust. Oh, rising phoenix.
Get lost!
Here I come! Right! Come one, come all!
Had you right on!
Take this!
Great! On to the next!
Roger that.
Show me what you can do, kiddo!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Ah, ang lakas ko na.
What's got you so worked up, Hoodle?
Oh.
Is that?
Watch out. They know we're here.
Flying Zoogles, huh? This is going to get interesting.
They're nothing I haven't seen before.
Shion!
I'll shoot them down, you finish them off. Got it? Knock a flying enemy out of the sky, and it's as good as done.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
Sonic thrust!
Hey! One more!
Flyers! These are all you, Shion!
Push na. Level 8 ba naman eh?
What was it those Zoogles were attacking just now? Is that?
What?
It's nothing.
I only helped because it was convenient. We couldn't have moved forward without clearing out those Zoogles. I don't know what's got you ticked off at me this time, but I suggest you keep your hands away from me.
No one asked you to help.
Rinwell, she healed its wounds. She's not trying to hurt it.
How can you be so...
They look like they're talking to each other.
He's probably happy to see another owl. I don't think Hoodle's ever met one before. He might have been wondering if he was the only one.
Bye-bye.
Oh! You just barely got to say hi.
At least we know it's out there. I'm sure we'll run into it again somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Right, Hoodle?
We're in good form! I'm always impressed how good of a shot you are, Shion.
What do you mean?
Just that all I'm good for is throwing myself at things with all my might. By comparison, your way is more... how do I put it? Precise.
It's not like I'm that good of a... Look, that's just how it is with guns. If you miss, it's a wasted bullet you can't get back.
Is that why you're always aiming to exploit enemies' weak spots?
I wouldn't say every shot is that deliberate, but that is part of it. For example, if I see a flying enemy, I'll often go for their wings. Also, if I see a jumping enemy without wings, I know they're an easy target because they can't get out of the way while in the air. In your case, I bet it's easier for you to deal with enemies that stay on the ground, right?
Definitely. Things that can fly circles around me are a real pain to deal with.
Exactly. It's important to keep your enemy's movements in check.
True. Although your shots have the added benefit of stunning enemies, so it's easier to swipe materials from them. And it's really helped out.
It's nothing, really. As long as you keep doing your part when we fight, I'd say we're even.
So, hindi ko pwedeng gamitin si Rinwell.
I hate camping out.
If you're planning to cross the border, you better make sure you're prepared. Bye. Yun lang. Forge. Crafting. Traveling is what helps keep this world connected. Stay focused and do your home proud. Push the rest. Yes.
What are you staring for?
Do all Danon fighters look like you?
What, this getup? I pulled this number together from scrap and parts I salvaged throughout the years. Though now I'm feeling self-conscious, seeing how put together you seem to be.
Oh no, I was just curious. Did you fortify your right side more because that's your dominant side?
Partly, but mostly because my body's a little worse for wear after all these years fighting.
That makes sense.
So you take extra care to protect your dominant side with more armor. Smart.
Is fighting all you think about?
Okay, let's rest. Cook. Grilled fish. Porridge. More drop items. XP books. Boost. Stock up. Punta tayo sa potato. Shion.
All done. Come and eat.
Oh, heal HP after battle.
Well,
That's nice.
off we go.
Uy. Finding down on owls. Owls. If you hear shooting, you can be sure an owl is near. Try looking for them in inconspicuous areas, like treetops or even inside. Yeah. Give me that eyeglass. Frame glasses.
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Zephyr, leader of Calaglian resistance. What is this?
I take it we're heading through here, then?
Everything all right, Zephyr?
Yeah, it's nothing.
What is that? A ring?
It was my wife's.
Your wife? You never mentioned anything about being married.
That's surprising?
You said was. So then, is she gone? Was it the Renans?
No, she was sick. I couldn't get her the medicine she needed, and then she was gone. I'd always wanted to show her the world as it could be.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. There are plenty of people out there more deserving of your sympathy than me.
But...
Let's go.
But. Let's go. What's this gargoyles? Parang feeling ko mabubuhay sila anytime. Uy. Gropper. Wow, level 14.
Normally I don't pick on the weak. You're mine! It's over! Mirage!
I feel kind of funny.
Yeah, you're looking funny, too.
Right. I should probably do something about that.
Here I go.
Searing
flame! Reload!
Take this! Talent!
Reload!
Mirage!
I'm all
You're
set
mine!
up! Mega
You're
Ray!
finished!
Searing flame! Reload!
How's this? That is power play!
That's poison.
Another notch in the old belt.
Keep them coming.
You like that taste of freedom, kid?
I think I could get used to it.
See? Sabi na eh.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Dragon, try harder!
Hear me!
No!
Bring the fury!
You're mine! It's over! Take aim and blast it out of the sky! Strike!
Searing flame!
Swallow blade!
Reload!
Don't go
It got fired!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Escape! All yours! You're finished! Pierce through!
By the power of water!
Here I come! Swung!
Take it!
You're mine! It's over!
Here! Flaming fury! Burning strike! Who wants to die next?
Take this! You're finished! Take this!
Hindi ka magawa yung combo ko.
Never imagined there were Zoogles out there that could pretend to be statues.
That's because Zoogles don't come from nature. Who knows what else is lurking out there?
Guess we have to be prepared for any...
Aish.
It's freezing in here. And after how hot it was outside, too.
It must be the cold air sweeping in from Cislodia. It's the polar opposite of Calaglia, so I'd get used to it if I were you.
Is the little guy okay?
Oh, don't worry about Hootle. He's from Cislodia. Probably just nerves is all. He's not really used to being around other people this much.
Rinwell, how about filling them in on what to expect from Cislodia?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Well, for starters, nobody trusts nobody.
Come again?
Just like I said, you never know when Snake Eyes are watching you.
That's what they call their lord's henchmen, apparently.
Their official title is the Bureau of Civil Observation. They've got cronies undercover everywhere, observing us at all times.
So? Renin surveillance was an everyday part of life in Calaglia.
Difference is, in Cislodia, it's not just Renins. They've got Danans spying on each other, too. Or in other words, there's the Snake Eyes themselves, plus all their small-time informants. All it takes is someone squealing on you, and it's straight to labor camp. No questions asked, no goodbyes. Course, informers are rewarded handsomely for their deceit. Everyone's always got one eye open, waiting for the moment to inform on someone before being tattled on first.
Hence the not trusting one another, huh? In that case, what do you think they'll make of us?
Hard to say. Although, not being from Cislodia will probably help, honestly.
More trustful of outsiders than even your own people. Why go along with it, though? Why doesn't anyone take a stand?
Not everyone is strong enough to stand, Alphen. That's why the world needs people like us.
What is this place, anyway? What's with these columns and steps?
No idea. I've never been here before either. Rena's convoy squads probably used it in the past.
I guess. It's definitely seen better days. You wouldn't know anything, would you, Shion?
Nope. And I'm not interested in learning either.
Actually, these are Danan ruins. See? You can tell by the way the columns are decorated and stuff. They're all old Danan designs.
Are you saying these things were built more than 300 years ago, then?
Yeah. I have no idea what they were used for, though.
It's amazing to think our ancestors were capable of making such structures. Hopefully there'll come a time when us Danans will be able to walk through here freely again.
That's exactly what you're fighting for, isn't it? Let's keep moving.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, right. Dami na, isa lang kinuha ko. Ito na naman yung pusit. Roper.
Normally I don't pick on them. Here I come! It's over! Reload! That is coming! Talon! Don't dare! Stay away from its tongue! You're mine! You're finished! Mirage! Sonic Thrust! I'll run you through! You're mine! See ya! Rising Talon Storm! Strike! Mirage! I'm on one final push! Right! Give them all we got! Whoa! Take a look at that!
Kasi naman... What's this? Okay. Yata yung... Fight aggressively. I think mas okay ito. Physical ailments. Repeated hits from certain enemy attacks can inflict... Ayun. Sabi ko nga. Diba?
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
I'm not done! You're mine! You're finished!
This one's gonna be tough!
No escape! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! You're finished! Cannon! Everything's coming up, Zephyr!
Eh, hindi ko talaga combo. Like.
I'll take you all on! Here I come! Ignite! That is coming! Take this! Capsule! Twist cannon! No escape! Rising Wyvern! I'm on it! Strike!
Here I do it!
Mirage! Talon Storm!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
See ya!
Something you wanted to say?
Yes, my lady.
Pathetic!
Pathetic. Ano yung jump? X ata. Yung Enduro ore. An extremely hard ore that takes a long time to refine. Mastersmiths like to hoist it on apprentices to extensively build character. So in short, tawad yung iba pinagawa sa apprentice. So I'm here. Tawad dito. What's this?
I have a bad feeling about this.
See ya! Talon Storm! Twist cannon!
There! Go! These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Saya nung ganun.
That was almost too easy.
Chrysoberyl mass. A clump of stones that shine with different colors at day and night. And is easily breakable, possibly due to its containing conflicting powers. I think dapat dito muna ako bago ako pumunta dito. Pero tayin ko muna sila.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
You're mine! I'm only finished here! Take this!
Reload!
It's over!
I'm out!
Mirage! Touch cannon!
Recover!
I owe you one. Here I come!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
It's over! Slut! Mirage! Swivel blade! Touch
Do it!
cannon! Here I come!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Nice.
Another notch in the old belt.
Keep 'em coming.
You like that taste of freedom, kid?
I think I could get used to it.
I think... Doon ako sa kabila. Yeah, I think dapat nauna ako dito. Wait, nakuha ba yung item? Yeah, I guess.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Rising Wyvern! Here I come!
Sight! I'm only getting started.
Here I
No
go!
thing won't save you from me.
You're finished! Touch cannon! It got flyers!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Eat dirt! All you...
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? Do
Rising
it!
Light! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Auto kill eh. Consider yourself finished.
Let me know if you're struggling.
I do. Okay, let's go here.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! It's over!
You're surrounded. Just stay calm.
Rising Wyvern!
Talon Storm.
You're finished!
Touch
You're
cannon.
on!
Ah, naka-answer.
You're on! Sonic thrust!
Not half bad.
Would you try to be less patronizing?
Nothing. Focus on the fight.
You're
If
finished!
it's in the sky, it's mine.
Here I come!
This one's mine.
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done!
Storm.
Great!
Roger that.
Show me what you can do, kiddo.
Okay, so mas maganda yung ginagamit
The
ko.
work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Panacea battle. An all-purpose medicine said to be able to treat any symptoms, cures, temporarily protects one ally from all physical ailments during battle. Okay. Angel.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! No escape! Mirage!
Run you through!
Blade!
Do it!
Talon Storm!
No escape! This one's all mine!
Talon Storm!
Mirage! Slash! Swallow Blade! Ignite!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Serious of
I've still got a ways to go!
baliktad. Dito na ako. What?
Guess I misread the landing. That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
So, hindi ako dapat dito? Ish. Hindi ko makuha yung box. Ish. Let's try. I got the treasure chest. No. Ah, level 15 na pala.
We don't have much choice.
Here I go.
Here I come! You're finished!
This is it. Dig deep.
Easier said than done.
No excuses. It's up to us.
I owe you one.
Cannon. Damn it.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Focus on the fight.
Rising Wyvern!
Talon.
Mirage!
I'm on it.
I'll take you all on!
Marksman handles it.
No.
You're mine.
I'm on it.
By the power of water.
Talon Storm. Tusk Cannon.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
I'll run you
I'll
through.
bring you back from
See
death's
ya.
abyss.
Talon Storm.
Resuscitation. There.
No
One
done
more.
yet!
Flame.
Here I come!
Talon.
Rising Wyvern!
Help.
Mirage! You're finished!
Burning strike.
How's this? Talon Storm.
You're finished!
Tusk
Mirage!
Cannon.
Flame of fury. Burning strike.
I'm on it. Slush.
Rising Wyvern!
Talon Storm.
Crush!
Tusk.
Mirage! Sonic thrust!
Sayang.
Reload.
Oh my. Big point. Some large enemies have orange. Yeah, I know that.
I'm out of ammo. I'm all stuffed up.
Tusk Cannon. I'm on it.
Flame. Reload.
Talon Storm.
No escape!
Tusk Cannon.
Flame. Reload. I'm out of ammo. I'm all stuffed up. Mega ray.
Coming.
Jedi Aqua.
You're mine!
Tusk Cannon.
Mirage!
You're mine.
Power of water.
That is coming. Talon Storm. Tusk Cannon.
Mega ray.
How's
By the
this?
power of
That
water.
is coming. Talon Storm. Tusk
Bakit ako? Ano ko?
How's this?
Power of water.
See ya. Talon
Here I
Storm.
come!
Here I go.
Tusk Cannon.
You're mine.
You're mine! It's over!
By
I'm
the
on it.
power of water.
That is coming.
This
Talon
one's all
Storm.
mine!
Tusk Cannon.
You're mine.
You're mine!
I'm
Do
on
it.
It's over! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Gemini Aqua.
You're mine!
I'll run you through. That is
You're
coming.
finished!
Go. Gut.
Talon Storm.
Mega ray.
Ayun yung ma-break.
You're mine!
Flame.
It's over!
Reload.
Cleave right through.
Yo.
You can leave that to me.
Not so fast. I'm not over the hill just yet.
You're mine!
Tusk Cannon.
Slamming flame of
How's
fury.
this?
Burning
That
strike.
is coming. Talent Storm! You're mine! How's this? See ya! Talent Storm! Touch cannon! I'll run you through! See ya! Talent Storm! Here I come! Cannon! How's this? You're mine! See ya! Finish! Talent Storm! Swallow blade! It's not going to plan!
Matay na siya.
Talent Storm! Touch cannon! No escape! Oh, just fight down! Here I come!
One more!
Talent Storm! Touch cannon!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
I'll run you through! See ya!
Can't move!
Fall back!
I'll bring you back from
How's
death's abyss.
this?
I'm dead.
Talent Storm! Touch the flame of freedom! Must not die! See ya! Talent Storm! Touch cannon!
I never miss!
How's this?
Escape!
Do it!
Blade!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Whew. A star flower. It grants the owner plus 10 max CP. It's crystallized and star energy gives you an iridescent gleam. You can obtain astral flowers from powerful foes. Astral flowers raise your maximum CP. Giant Zugos roam around certain areas. They're very hard to fight, but you can get rare items and lots of SP if you manage to beat them.
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
So I can kill the Onyx Mail.
And what have we got here?
Oh, I saw that in a book once. Those things are worth a lot.
You're a little bookworm, aren't you?
Okay. Onyx Mail.
There.
Okay.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt.
Dalawa? Isa lang yun dito.
Right, here goes! This one's all mine! Rising Wyvern!
I'll run you through!
Not done! Mirage!
Talent Storm!
Swallow blade!
Touch cannon!
Derek Flame, reload!
Dragon shot!
You're finished! Here I come! Mirage! Swallow blade!
I'm on it! Talent
Pierce
Storm!
through!
Still got some energy left?
Need you ask?
Glad to hear it. In that
Bakit di ba inaatake na yung sinatake ko?
Great!
Kailangan ba... Antayin ko silang umatak.
Out of our way! Go! You're mine!
I'll run you through! That's coming!
You're finished!
Talent Storm!
Mirage! Take this! It's over!
Talent Storm!
I'm only getting started!
You're mine!
Primed and ready!
I'll run you through! That's coming!
Fury!
Talent Storm! Touch cannon!
Burn!
Where are you going?
I'll run you through!
Take this!
See ya! You're not giving up now!
No,
Talent
I refuse to let it end like this.
Great!
So hindi pala siya full health. Re-regen lang pero hindi full health. This is it.
Not much further now. The exit'll take us straight into Cyslodia.
You're brooding again. What's eating at you?
We defeated Balsif and liberated Calaglia from the Renans. Now, we're on our way to rescue our fellow Danans in Cyslodia. I'm committed to helping our people. You know that. But then, what happens after that? What's our endgame here?
Good question. The Danans vastly outnumber the Renans. Yet we rarely take up arms, because we know that when it comes to firepower, we don't stand a chance. Even if you succeeded in overthrowing the Lords and freeing Dana, then what? Lenegis would still hover over us, the Renan motherland behind it. If they so desired, the Renans could potentially use their might to wipe us off the planet in a second, no matter how powerful that blazing sword of yours is.
So what you're saying is we don't stand a chance. So what the heck are we even doing?
There's no sense in discarding today's victory for tomorrow's loss. If fighting yields even a single day of freedom, it will all have been worth it in the end. Who knows? Maybe that's the day we make preparations for the battle that will free us for good. Speaking pragmatically, the fact the Renans don't exterminate us all in spite of their technical advantage has to mean one thing. They need us. It's up to us to put a dent in their armor before they cotton on to our plan. That way, we force them to the negotiating table.
You want to negotiate with the Renans?
It's galling, I know, but it's the only way to survive while securing our freedom at the same time.
That's... But even so, we can't just...
If you lot are done talking, there's a lord we came to overthrow.
What about you, Shion? What do you plan on doing after we've given the Lords the boot?
All I know is, my reasons for fighting aren't the same as yours. I'm through answering these pointless questions.
Ooh. Hindi naisip ko eh. Anong endgame mo, di ba? If you're going to rebel.
So this is Cyslodia.
How far is it to the capital?
We've still got a ways to go. Also, the Zeugles here are different than those in Calaglia, so be careful.
Got it. Sounds like we should make sure we stick close together as we keep moving.
Agreed. Hey, Shion!
It'll be hard for me to use my rifle in a pinch if we're all bunched together. I'll follow behind the rest of you.
Right. Makes sense.
What's up with her? She seems even more upfront than back in Calaglia.
In case you forgot, we're in enemy territory now. If you don't get serious and focus on the task at hand, you'll be inviting trouble.
Don't take it personally. I think that's just the way she is. Plus, you have to remember, with those thorns of hers, she's probably not used to anybody being all that friendly to her. The fact that you can't feel pain means you probably end up getting closer to her than she's used to.
You really think so?
We're talking about someone who came down to Dana all by herself. But you don't see her homesick for Lenegis at all, do you?
No.
That alone speaks volumes about how difficult her whole situation must be.
Yeah.
It's your job as her partner to understand that, and give her the support she needs. You two are going to be stuck together for a while, so the sooner you make nice, the better.
Make nice?
Yep. Now come on.
I get that they're not exactly on the best of terms, but... Is everything going to be okay with these people?
Guess so. Guess so.
Rinwell, don't go too far ahead. You never know where Zeugles might be lurking.
Oh, we'll be fine. We've been able to handle them up until now.
Still, better that you hang back a bit.
No way! I'm the one who asked you to come here in the first place, remember?
Yeah, but if we lose you, we won't know where to go. Besides, it's old guys like me who should be sticking their necks out first.
But...
We need you in order to get in contact with the Resistance in Cislodia. So stick close until we find them, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Now you've got me wondering. How'd you make it to Calaglia in the first place? I find it hard to imagine you didn't run into Zeugles along the way.
Yeah.
Are you good at hiding or something?
May magic ka kasi.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just really good at staying out of sight.
You're Renan.
Wow. Still, you had to have been pretty lucky to have made it the whole way unscathed.
Lucky indeed.
May magic ka eh, so Renan siya.
It's crazy to feel just how much the temperature has changed from crossing over a single peak.
Is it really that big of a difference?
Definitely. Calaglia was hot.
I can only tell from appearance, so... Achoo!
You might not be able to feel it, but it sure looks like your body responds to it just the same.
Seems like it. So if I sneeze, I guess that it's a sign that it's getting chilly.
They say that sneezing is often the first sign you're coming down with the cold, too. That's all the more reason you need to be careful with...
Ha-choo!
Was that also a sneeze?
I just bit my tongue, that's all.
Oh.
No. It sounded a lot different from mine. But I could swear it was still...
It wasn't a sneeze, okay? Ha-choo!
Guess we both need to be careful out here in the cold.
Dami naman nilang usapan. Last travel point added.
Is it hard leaving Calaglia behind?
No. Actually, it's kind of a relief to be away from there.
Really? What makes you say that?
Because it was getting to the point where every man, woman, and child would come up and talk to me like they knew me. I could barely find a moment to breathe, let alone relax.
Well, what you did was kind of a big deal, you know. You overthrew a Renan lord and burst open the gates of fire.
Yeah, but that was only because I had the blazing sword with me. We wouldn't have made it to Balsef without you and the Crimson Crows, Zephyr.
Maybe so. But you're still the one who took him out in the end. It's only natural for people to look up to those who protect them. You're a hero to those people.
I never asked to be one. I never asked to take the place of a lord in people's minds. I don't want it.
You're a strange one, Alphen. That's for sure. If that's how you really feel, then hold on to that. Listen to those thoughts when you feel lost and don't know what to do. If you can do that, you won't lose sight of who you are, or what the right path to take is.
The right path to take, huh?
That is... Festival Mindigit for its use.
What's this thing?
Okay. It's different, but kakamukha rin naman yung monsters.
I'll take you all off! Here I come! Don't go charging off like that! Mirage! That is coming! Tell it! You're mine! Just cannon! Don't let them form a pack! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! It's over!
Hear me, Flame of
Mirage!
Fury!
I'm on it! Tell it!
Here I go!
Touch your name! Everything's coming up, Zephyr!
Okay, so... Stardust. And Severing Gate. Okay. Strategy. May CP nila. Restriction. At least 5. Once per member. This one.
I've noticed the Zoogles here are a lot different from what we're used to back in Calaglia.
It's because this realm is so cold. I imagine they had to be adapted to fit the climate.
Meaning if we hit them with fire arts, it should be extra effective against them.
Pero hindi naman sila kaiba. Chicken.
What's this thing?
Same lang naman. Balayang kulay. See? Same lang.
Normally I don't pick on the weak. Strike! I'm on it.
By the power of water!
Here I come! You're finished! Cannon!
Start up! Reload!
Dragon!
Here we go! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Dance.
Another notch in the old belt.
Keep them coming.
You like that taste of freedom, kid?
I think I could get used to it.
Wait, Alpha. Alpha is...
No choice!
I'm on it.
You're finished! Start us! You're finished!
Let the marksman handle
Here I come!
You're surrounded. Just stay calm.
Flame! Reload!
You're mine! It's over! This one's all mine!
Searing flame!
Start up!
Reload!
I'm on it.
One
Die!
win!
Here I come!
By the power of
It's over!
Cannon!
You're mine!
By the power of
Sword.
Mega Ray!
I'm on it.
Take this!
Do
Rising
it!
Wyvern!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That was almost too easy.
That was almost too easy. What's this tomato?
What's this thing?
Hawk.
Get lost!
Here I come!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
It's over!
Airborne beast, my specialty. This one's mine.
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Take. You do it.
Still got some energy left?
Need you ask?
Glad to hear it. In that case,
Tits.
pathetic.
Caesar Tip Feather. So I think that's new.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You're mine! One more! Mega Ray!
Take this! It's over! Starter!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm only get searing flame! Reload! Do it!
Rising Sea!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Yeah. Pero may Marisa.
Let me know if you're struggling.
Sa triangle yung juggle niya. Sa triangle din yung para ibagsak. What now? Okay, so can go here muna.
Would you like to warm up some?
Aren't there people in there?
You should let yourself unwind when you get the chance.
I guess there's no arguing with that.
Hey.
Hey there, got room for a few more?
Mm-hmm.
This fire here passes no judgment. All are welcome to basket needs warmth.
Hey!
Often wait, did you forget what I said before? I know, I only want to learn a little more about our new realm. I see, you've got a lot of luggage with you. What are you holding around there? They're full of wares to sell, like medicine, plus my tools that I use to make accessories out of ore from time to time.
Oh?
Did you say accessories? I mean people down here in Adana wear them too? Now I'm intrigued. Just how good of a craftsman are you? Tell you what, I'm going to have to see some of your handiwork for myself.
Whoa!
What? Metal engraver. The metal engraver can craft accessories for you using ore that you mine from mining points. Once you strengthen an accessory and activate new skills for it, you can even transfer those skills to a different accessory altogether. Oh. You can use ore to craft accessories. Once you select an accessory to craft, choose the ore you wish to use as its material. The rarity and any bonus skills belonging to that ore will then be carried over into the accessory that's created. Ores can possess up to 4 skills, with rare ores offering more skills. To activate these bonus skills, the accessories crafted from ores must be enhanced. Huh. Warrior Emblem. Thorn Ore. Poison Charm. Oh. Fancy accessories. Fancy an accessory raises its level and activate one skills. Doing so requires ore and other accessories. The rarer both of these things are, the greater the target accessory will level up and enhanced. What's this? Oh. Shock. Fire water damage. Lift them. Garnet. Meron ako nun. Garnet. Sunlight. Light dark damage. Water damage plus 7.5%. Mental defense plus 20%. What do you think? Did I pass your test?
Right.
It's decent enough, I suppose. Not the prettiest things I've ever seen, but it looks practical at least. If I come across any ore, I might be back. Until then, you better work on upping your game. Appreciate the feedback, lady. Now I'll let you go. You should be calling out she on yourself, not me, Rinwell. I don't want to talk to her. You do it, Alfred.
What?
Alright. It's cold out here. Let's sit down and eat something so we can wrap up. Good idea, but I'm not that hungry. Well, you should never go into battle on empty stomach. You never can tell when the enemy is going to attack. So, Shion, you don't have to beat around the bush. It's okay to admit you're hungry. What other reason do you need to eat? Fine.
Just great.
Second thought, we need to eat, you guys.
All right.
I fix us something good then. How about a regular or past Among Us Crimson Wolves?
Nice.
What a meal. You're a way better chef than I figured you to be, Zephyr.
Right.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you. I'm glad to hear you both liked it.
Right.
Want another plate? Like you said, it's not good to fight on an empty stomach. I'm good. Shion, eat the dumb stuff or I'll throw it away. Alright, if you insist. So that it took 3 tries making the same thing before Shion. It's finally satisfied. Vegetable soup. Oh.
Happy now, Shion?
Yeah, I'd say so.
She'd better be, after all she ate.
I stopped before I was full, though.
What?
So I can sleep here. Or no? No, I can't. Sa cabin. Pero bakit hindi? Kasi isa lang yung accessories that.
Okay, off we go.
All poison and all paralysis. I swear.
Normally I don't pick on these weak fingers. You're finished! Don't go charging off like that!
It's over!
See ya!
Take this!
Talon's sword!
It's over!
One more!
Do it! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm sure I can put this to use.
Sarn ore. And 3 enduro ore.
Want to take a break?
I want to ask you who you are, what you're doing here. Anybody okay? Portrait. Yun. Ah, Gunfang. East me. Demi human talent. Bizarre makeup. So in the mini fight. Panacea, life powder, Nervous egg, sugar skin armor, sugar skin dress. Huh. Just want to buy it.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
Should I? Pierce. Emblem. Huh. I don't know.
It's awfully quiet around here.
The snow will do that. It absorbs a lot of sound.
Meaning it could be tougher to hear anything approaching. That's worrisome.
It's rough that we have to be wary even of other Danans around here. What kind of person do you have to be to build a society that works like this?
Regardless of what kind, we're going to take them down, and that's that.
Right. It's why we're here after all.
Huh. Dami pala nung kailangan nitong potato.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
So we need to find yung talon, whatever.
I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Punta tayo sa site na to.
I'll take you all on! You're mine!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ooh. Apple. Need your talons.
Out of our way!
You're mine!
Burning strike!
You're ours! Take this! Rising Viper!
Fury!
Flash! Here I come!
Door! Cut cannon!
You're mine!
Gemini Alpha!
Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle
We
it!
did it! All yours!
pathetic.
These are the feather. Isa lang eh. Kailangan ko yung talons. The feathers.
I won't forgive you!
You're mine!
Searing flame!
Here I come! That is coming!
Flame of fury!
Door!
Burning
Mirage cannon! No escape!
Reload!
Rising
And
Wyvern!
now, back into the fray!
Not today! One final push! Right! Give them all we got!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Talons.
Out of our way!
You're mine! You're finished!
Searing flame! Reload! Excited!
Talon sword! No escape! Touch cannon!
Watch and weep!
You're mine!
Do it!
You're surrounded!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Here I come!
Burning strike!
Deads.
I still got a ways to go.
Feather-y. Bullshit. Rosemary. Hawk.
An opponent like this should be easy. It's over.
Searing flame!
Dragon shot!
It's
Here I
over!
come. You're finished.
I'm on it!
Here I come. You're finished.
Talon sword!
Mirage!
Touch cannon!
You're mine.
It's over!
You're mine.
Already through!
Slap.
Nice.
I need to be stronger.
Found. The circle.
Out of our way! Searing flame! Reload! There!
Here I come.
I'm only getting
You
started!
through! That is Talon sword! Touch cannon!
Rising Wyvern. You're finished.
Searing flame! Reload!
This is it! Dig deep!
Easier said than done.
No excuses! This is up to us!
It's over. It's on.
By the power of water!
This is not going to plan.
Here's a healing art! First
I
aid!
owe you one.
I'm on it! The targeting seal!
Rising Wyvern.
Sword!
Gemini
Touch
Aqua!
cannon!
Here I come.
By the
Rising
power of
Wyvern.
water! Gemini
You're
Aqua!
on.
That is
Take this.
Searing
It's over.
flame! Reload!
Touch cannon!
Take this. You're finished.
By the power of water!
Let me know if you're struggling.
Sharp fun. Left bottle. Paradox to. Mas maganda yun.
No
choice. Take this!
Like a power of water!
Pierce through! Rising water! Strike! I'll take you all on!
Talon Storm! Touch
Spirit
cannon!
flame!
You're
Reload!
mine! It's over!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning
Here
strike!
I come!
Put you
finished!
through!
And
Coming! Talon Storm!
Here I go!
Touch cannon!
Lumilipad eh. Wala pa rin. Huh. I have guarded. Put this one. Crit. Poison. Shock. Oh. Oh. Shock charm. Antidote right. Oh. So I think okay lang. Poison, shock, garnet, sunlight, warriors. Chic. Oh. Spread. Master EG recovery. Increase PG. Boost gauge. Boost attack downs. Unforged. Aerial enemies downed. Ice cooked. Okay, shock, poison, meron. Exandrite garnet for your first emblem. What's the blue? Oh, crafting cost. Let's see. Wala yun. Crit. So, wala akong crit. Pinch in damage plus. Oh, let's see. First emblem. Nice. Kasi level 1 daw? Ano ba yun? Sure. Guess. Water damage. What's a blue? Ano ibig sabihin ng blue? Wind. I guess.
No choice. I'll run you through. See ya. You're mine. Rising Wyvern. You're finished.
I'm out of ammo. I'm all stuffed up.
I'm not done. I'm Rising Wyvern.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Ayoko na nga,
An
tuloy na
opponent
ako.
like this should be easy. It's over. I'm on it. Here I come. Start up. Mirage. You're mine.
Searing flame.
I'll
Reload.
run you through. It's coming.
You're mine.
Strike.
By the power of
Take
water.
this. It's over. Mirage. It's over. That is
By the
coming.
power of
Talent
water.
storm. Touch cannon.
Gemini Aqua.
You're mine.
Power of
That is
water.
coming. Rising Wyvern. Another notch in the old belt.
Keep them coming.
You like that taste of freedom, kid?
I think I could get used to it.
Don't wanna mag-farm. Go for the Evidal. Waste na ko ba yung lahat? This is it.
Houses in a place like this. People really live all the way out here?
The whole area is just little villages. This one's Messiah 224.
Wait, I hear something. Sounds like people arguing.
Bureau agents. The Snake Eyes must be here. We should sneak past them. That was my original plan, since you all stick out so much.
Why? In case one of your people tattles on us?
It's the Renans who are making us do it.
Oh yeah? Like this Renan who you need to save your people's skin?
Oh, that's rich, coming from the Bright Eyes whose people are the reason we're in this mess in the
That's
first
enough.
place. But she started it!
3 centuries of resentment is too much to lay at a single person's feet. Same goes for you, Xion. You can't ignore the past when speaking of the present. Now, what's going on in that village?
If I were to guess, someone tipped off the Snake Eyes and they're here to make an arrest.
You'd better not be about to suggest we get involved. I'm here for the Lord's head, and nothing more.
That go for you too, Alphen? Why did you come?
Why? To liberate this realm's slaves, of course.
Are you still a slave?
Me? No.
Then tell me what it means to live unshackled. I'll tell you what it means. It means living on your own terms, being your own master. Thinking and making decisions for yourself, and being prepared to accept the consequences. Understand?
I see.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Good.
nice.
So prove it to me.
Xion.
Don't start with me. I'm not going, and that's that.
I understand. Just wait here with Rinwell till we get back, okay?
You're going in without the sword?
Looks to be that way. This is my choice, after all.
Your choice? Listen to yourself. That sword's useless to me without someone to use it. You go dying on me out there and you'll put our whole mission in jeopardy.
but I need us all to make it safely to Sisloden.
Too many sacrifices have already been made. We came here to put a stop to any more.
You've sacrificed something too, huh?
Hide somewhere until it's over. You hear me?
Damn those Renans. I hate seeing Danans suffering under them here, too.
I'm surprised you're so angry about it. You're not even from here.
It doesn't matter where I'm from. Enough is enough with these people.
Galit siya.
Silence, embedded! Anyone who fails to cooperate will be arrested and tried as a traitor to the realm.
Damn it. Some rat must have sold us out again.
You there! You want me to haul you up on suspicion of civil disobedience?
But I didn't. Ah!
What? Leave him alone! An embedded dares defy the orders of his lordship? Know your place, slave!
We can't use the blazing sword this close to the villagers. They could get hurt. But there are too many agents. Zephyr?
Law. Is that you?
What's going on? Aren't we supposed to be fighting them?
You're alive.
What are you doing here? The realm of Sislodia doesn't tolerate civil dissidents like you.
Law.
I hereby detain you in the name of his lordship!
Oh.
Zephyr? What the hell?
Here they come!
Rising Wyvern!
Gemini Aqua!
Mirage!
By the power of water!
I'm going in!
Engaging!
It's over!
Steering flame! Reload!
Come one, come all!
Here I go! You're mine! Gemini Aqua!
Come back! Mirage!
Blow away! Here I go! I'm only getting started!
You're mine!
By the power of water!
Come on! Fire in the hole!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more coming.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Rising Wyvern!
Watch it! Here I go! I'm only getting started!
You're mine! Zephyr! Are you trying to get caught?
I'm sure that can be arranged!
Not if I can help it! Enough to the
Turn the tables on.
There are still more left!
Right! No time to... Back!
What?
What's going on, Zephyr? Why won't you fight him? Is that soldier someone you know?
Don't hurt him.
What are you...
Please.
It won't work, you know. You never change, do you? You've always got that dim-going look on your face!
Zephyr!
I got it handled.
But he just...
He's my son.
Oh.
Oh, so now you remember me. The nerve of you! I'm gonna wipe that damn look off your face once and for all! What in hell?!
Rinwell... You...
Law.
Dami mga baril.
Watch yourselves! The insurgents are armed!
Enemy reinforcements. Use the sword.
I can't. The villagers will get caught in the blast. We need to fall back!
Oh, for crying out loud.
Zephyr!
Go. Leave without me.
You can't...
I'm not leaving without him.
Alphen, there's no time.
But what about the resistance? Everyone's counting on you!
Forgive me.
Ugh!
What? Balak mo mangyari?
We've waited all night, but nobody's shown up.
No sign of Zephyr or an enemy pursuit. So, what's the plan now?
You really need to ask? We go rescue Zephyr.
If he's under arrest, they'll have taken him to Cisloden, the capital city. Assuming he's still alive, that is.
I can't believe Zephyr never told us he had a son. I wonder if the rest of the Crimson Crows knew about it.
And to find him in that village of all places. Some coincidence, huh?
Those fireworks you pulled out of your hat back there. They were astral arts, weren't they?
Shion, what the hell are you doing?
Except I've never heard of a Danon who can cast astral arts. Are you a Renin?
Like hell I am!
No, of course not. Renin's eyes light up when they use astral arts. And when you used an art, your eyes definitely didn't. So I guess that means you can't be a so-called bright eyes after all.
Sorry.
You're right. Those were astral arts I used. Same as the ones wielded by the Renins. A long time ago, my family, my people, were once known as mages.
A Danon mage? Up until now, I'd only ever heard of them in stories and rumors. Though now I've seen one with my own eyes, I suppose I'll have to believe it.
We've been in hiding for a long, long time. Even before the Renins first attacked. That's why no one knew about us.
Even before the Renins?
Yeah. My ancestors were persecuted and targeted for their gifts.
But it was by their fellow Danons.
They lived hidden away all these centuries, keeping their existence secret even from the Resistance. My mom and dad drilled it into me that I was never, under any circumstances, supposed to let anyone find out about us.
If that's the case, then why did you use your powers back there?
I don't know. One second I saw Zephyr about to be killed, and the next I was...
Danon astral arts. If the Renins knew such a threat existed, there'd be hell to pay.
Hey!
What? You think I'm gonna go to the Lords with this information? I'm a traitor and an outcast at this point. Or did you forget? What amazes me is how anyone could have that kind of power and yet keep it hidden all this time. Didn't you ever want to use it to help your people?
Don't talk like you know the first thing about me, Renin!
That's enough. Zephyr wouldn't want this.
Listen, all I care about is taking out the Lords, okay? Which is no doubt what her people want too. Using her powers to help do it only makes sense.
Makes sense for who? Us? Besides, Zephyr comes first. We can't just abandon him.
It's fine.
Huh?
You're going to save Zephyr, right? If so, you're going to need my powers to do it. I don't want anyone else to die.
Are you sure?
Gamit ko na siya.
Then let's get back to the village. We need to find out what happened.
What's wrong?
Nothing, just... I'm surprised how dark out it is.
Why wouldn't it be? It's still night after all.
No, that's what's weird. A lot of time's passed since we arrived in Cyslodia. You'd figure the sun would have come up by now.
Oh, right. It's not like this back in Calaglia, is it? To be honest, I completely forgot. Basically, it's always night in this realm.
Huh?
It's been that way forever. It never gets any brighter outside, even in the morning.
So it's always dark all day long?
But how? How is that even possible? Did the Renans cause this?
Of course they did. It's complicated to explain, though. It'd be easier to just get to Cysloden so you can see what's going on for yourself.
I'll take your word for it. But right now, finding Zephyr comes first.
He pretended. Win. Vegetables juice. Nice. Magic charging. By casting an art, press and hold the art button to delay activation till you let go. You can also press R1 in this state to save it for later when charging. Charged arts activate after your next attack and can be used in combos. If you cast the same art as the one currently charged, they will combine into a higher tier spell. These can include arts that Rinwell has yet to learn, or only trigger with specific combinations. Experiment and see different or you're sealed. Booty. Booty will alert you when there's an owl on your map. 20 for finding owls. Is that the closer to one, the more hopeful. Yes. Item spell. Counter Edge. After perfect evade, press R1 to trigger immediate counter attack. Okay, ito. Dan and Mage. AG. Thunderblade. Increasing point damage. AG restored from critical hits. Strengthened magic charge. Counter Edge. Sharpness. Support art. Okay. Recover. Instant flying. Press R2 to recover. No pain. Let's try this. And then there's faster magic charge.
I wonder how Zephyr's doing. If that law guy is his son, they shouldn't be rough with him.
I want to believe that. But those two didn't look like they're exactly on good terms. Actually, now I'm curious. Can Danans enlist in the Snake Eyes too?
Definitely. They're useful for surveillance here. Doesn't win you many friends on either side, though.
So why is Zephyr's kid working for the Renans then?
Trade accessory. Fortune. Good Beast Main. Demi-human Talon. Bizarre Couple. Crystal Fragments. Party leader ko na si Rimwell. And then...
All of creation across the heavens stems from the 6 essences. We lack only darkness while they are without light. Thus, to achieve perfection...
What are you muttering over there?
I was practicing a magic incantation.
An incantation? Is it anything like the spells that people use today?
Not quite. It takes time for me to finish my chants, so I'm practicing saying them quickly and accurately. You know, just in case. I've always tried my best never to use magic if I can avoid it up until now.
You said you and your family used to live in hiding, right? Because you were a mage. Where did all the other mages go? Sorry, I didn't realize it was such a sensitive topic.
It's okay.
Lahat sila naging hoot-hoot.
Hey, so, about my magic.
You want to keep it a secret, right?
Yeah, sorry.
A little late for that after what happened in the village, don't you think?
Easy, Shion.
It's just...
Hmm?
I didn't want Zephyr to die. That's why I used it.
I know. And we might have lost him without your help. So thank you, Rinwell.
Sure.
Ay. Wait, paano ko papalitan? Edit? Ba't kasi edit? Okay, so arts. Earth thrust. Okay. Wind, water, photon flash. Light strike. Aerial, wala.
Is that owl okay? It's been stiff as a board for a while now.
You're right. I wonder what's up with it. Come here. It's okay. I won't hurt you. Crap!
Huh? What happened?
I hate to say this, Rinwell, but I lost Hootle. I didn't mean to scare him, but he took off.
Poodle? He's right next to you.
He is? All I see is snow.
Dan and owls conceal themselves when they feel threatened. I guess he's still not quite used to being around other people yet.
That would explain it. I should have been more careful with him. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm the only human he's comfortable with. Come here, Hootle.
Damn, he was that close?
He's just a little wary of you. I think he gets that you're going to be with us for a while, though. Step in the right direction. If you call his name, he might eventually respond at least.
Got it. Thanks.
At least he's not sick or something.
Indeed. That's quite a relief.
Feeling ko tao sila. Okay, so equipment. Yan natin sa yung water damage, wind damage. It's the blue thing. Di pa siya na-learn? Okay, explain. I see. Tama. Relax. Antidote. Relax. Wala akong pera. May shoes. Isa na lang. Mint.
Get lost! Here goes! Searing flame! Reload! Hit! Searing flame! Take that! I'm out!
These ones can run rings around us.
Searing flame! Reload! Air! Barely a blip on our radar.
Enemies who can cast astral arts can be pretty difficult. Not only are they powerful, but their range lets them strike us before we even get close.
Actually, I can just disrupt astral arts.
What do you mean?
When someone is casting an art, their focus has to be entirely on the incantation. So right when they're completing the casting, I just kinda steal it from them.
Wow.
Really? Then what do you do with the energy you've stolen?
I hold on to it and use it whenever I want, like I can with my own magic. The thing is, I can only unleash that art once. After I use it, it's gone. Oh, also, when I steal astral energy, the enemy will lose focus, which means they can't cast anything else for a while.
So not only can you steal their energy, but doing so incapacitates them too? That's amazing, Rinwell. I didn't realize your magic could do so much.
It's actually something of a secret technique within my clan, so I kinda had to learn it.
Well, if we come across any tough enemies that use incantations, I'm sure that power of yours will come in real handy.
Yeah, it's tricky to pull off, but you can count on me. Raging Cascade!
Rising Wiper!
Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua! Recover the casters!
Rising Wyvern!
Searing Flame! Reload! Mega Ray! Raging Cascade!
Water! Lightning Thrust!
Gemini Aqua! Sleep now!
Rising
More for
Wyvern!
the stockpile! Lock like
Water!
Free Gemini Aqua!
Sonic Thrust!
Let
Swallow
Astral
Blade!
Energy!
Finish this!
Go time!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
So I can cast.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Mega Ray!
Be still!
Dance in the wind! I'm not so good with airborne targets. I'll be saving this one.
You got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Dance in the wind!
All yours!
In here! More for the stockpile! Reload! Crossblade! Burning strike!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Mas mabilis yung mga kasama ko eh.
Hi, Hoodle!
Swallow Blade!
Photon Blast! Let Astral Energy! Here goes! Bullseye!
Swallow Blade!
Flame of Fury! Here goes! Bullseye!
Looks like we won.
Wait.
Out of our way!
Raging cascade! Flame! Reload! Seal! There! I'll be saving this one! Ready!
Here I come!
More where that came from! Raging cascade!
Rising wyvern!
Fresh! Hit! Raging cascade! In here! I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
More where that came from! Hit! One more! Not on my watch! I'm only getting burned! Hit! Take that!
You're mine! Demon Fang!
Do it!
Looks like we won.
Oo, basta yun na yun. Rinwell na.
Hey, Rinwell. Do you always have to say an incantation before you cast an art?
Yeah, they don't really add any extra power or anything, but reciting them is what allows the astral energy to come together and flow through me. It takes time to complete, but they're what lets me use such strong magic in the first place.
What happens if someone interrupts you while you're in the middle of chanting?
Then I have to start over from the beginning. As soon as my concentration breaks, any astral energy I've accumulated disperses.
Got it. So once you start reciting, that's our cue to make sure that no enemies can get near enough to disrupt you.
Yeah, that would be appreciated. Although, I do have one fun trick up my sleeve. Once I finish chanting a full incantation, I can hold on to a single astral art without casting it right away.
So once the astral energy's in place, you can choose to set it off whenever you want? That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't fully have the hang of it just yet, but I'm sure it'll come in handy sooner or later.
It's cool na yung nasa story yung perks nila. Eh, tuloy na natin to bago mag-over-level. At hindi ko rin naman mahanap yung...
If you need help with anything, just let me know.
Make sure to get some good rest. All right,
Okay.
guys. Ready to go?
This is it. Okay. Apple. Tomato. What's this? What's this? Wheat.
I won't forgive you! In the wind! In here! Reload! Raging cascade! It's over! Fresh! Too much to handle? One hit! One more! Bullseye!
You're mine! Demon Fang!
One more! Here goes!
Go no further!
Rising wyvern!
Sleep now! More for the stockpile! Cross blade!
Rising wyvern! Take this!
Light astral energy! Photon blast! Light astral energy! Flame of fury! Photon blast!
Here I come! Rising wyvern!
Go get it!
Stardust!
Do it! Out it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Wow. That's why I like. Wheat.
Go no further! Here's another! Raging Cascade!
Rising Wyvern! Escape! I'm not done!
It's over! Bullseye! Raging Cascade!
Pick it!
Fred! Gemini Aqua! Hi, Hoodle! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning! Sleep now! I'll be saving this one!
Rising
Magic
Wyvern!
is out! Cross blade! Huh! Take that! One last one! Burning strike!
Stardust!
Huh! Mega ray! Take that!
Resist.
Power of water! Hit! One more!
Finish it!
Get back! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
Wow, that's cool.
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Endure all. Wait. Spread faster age recovery. Huh.
Go no further! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning! Air thrust! Ha! Arc steel!
Rising Wyvern!
Raging cascade!
Mirage!
Take that!
Rising Wyvern!
Hit! Get lost! Raging cascade! Reload! Photon! You're
Rollerblade!
It's like trying to keep with a wall. Here's another. Dance in the wind. Getting started. Air thrust. I'm all stuffed up. Dance in the wind.
Demon
Here's the
Blade!
reveal. First aid. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Dance in the wind. Back from death's abyss. Sealed. I'll be saving this one.
Not done yet!
Now for something special.
Here I come! Fly! Try this!
Let's go. One last one. Hear me.
Take this.
Here goes. Burning. Bullseye. Dance in the wind.
This one's all
Air
mine!
thrust. Not on my watch.
Finish it!
I'm only getting astral energy. Full throttle.
Boys. So
I
random.
felt better, that's for sure.
Oh, sa kanila yung demi-human.
Whoa.
Left eye patch. Ooh.
Looks like we've spotted one of Hoodle's friends.
It's eerily quiet.
No sign of Zephyr. You think they took him away already?
What say we quit hiding and go ask some villagers? Someone's bound to report us no matter what we do, so we might as well.
Hey, Shion!
What? You heard her. She's got a point. Our cover was blown last night. Where's the sense in sneaking around?
And what if there are soldiers lurking about?
They would have followed us to the cabin already. Relax. The coast is clear. Let's hurry and speak to the villagers.
Is she always like that? I don't know how you managed to put up with her.
What makes you think I'm managing?
Let's try talking to the villagers.
Makarating lang eh, may quest agad. Huh?
Hey.
You look real nervous, kid. What's the matter?
Hey.
You're not thinking of turning someone in, are you? Or are you worried you're going to be reported? No, that's not it. Then what's wrong? The Zoogles. They're... They're what? In the way and... It's gone quiet again. They're in the way and... You're trying to go somewhere outside the village?
Yeah.
But people here aren't free to move around as they please. I'm not sure he's trying to do anything so dangerous. Unless he had a good reason for it. That's it. That is. He probably doesn't want to talk to us since we're complete strangers. I don't think he's a bad kid though.
I guess.
In that case, we have to do something.
Great!
Alright, we'll take care of your Zoogle problem.
Huh?
Huh?
We are? Sure we are. We're going to clear out the Zoogle surrounding this village. Whatever he's struggling to do. Can't exactly hurt to get rid of them for him, right? I guess. Whoa. It's okay. This is something we want to do. You don't have to tell us anything you don't want. Notice you. Notice you. Sorry. Lalaro ba kayo? Hindi ko na nabasa yung chat.
Messia 224. Now that's a weird name.
Messia is basically a code. It indicates it's a small village.
So it's not its actual name? Then does that mean that 224 is...
Yeah. It's merely a serial number assigned to it for administrative purposes.
So the Renans even get to decide what places are called out in this realm.
Walang player. Walang online sa kanila, ni isa. Daming quest.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
What?
Woohoo!
Let's see what they have to say.
Wait lang. Save ko lang to. What fears? Woohoo!
Looks like we've spotted one of Hoodle's friends.
Don't approach me. I don't want to come under suspicion. What part of way don't you understand? People are gonna get the wrong idea about me.
Yeah.
Hey buddy, if it's not too much to ask, I think you can spare some... What? Silagin?
Hmm?
Silagin? Rinwell, do you know what this guy's talking about?
Yeah.
I think he's talking about alcohol. Of course, alcohol. Kind. What else did you think I meant? Hold on. You folks are from around here, are you? If I were you, I'd get the hell out of here before someone reports you.
Hmm?
This guy sure changes tune fast. You can't really blame him. People here grow up doubting even their own neighbors, much less strangers like us.
Hey,
Let me ask you something. Why do you need this Siligin stuff so much anyway?
what?
Whether the Bright Eyes... what? Bright Eyesers running the show or not, we still gotta put food on the table somehow. Without some Silagin, I'll freeze to death breaking out here in this cold.
I guess.
So it's not just the buzz you're after. You want to stave off the cold. Fortunately, we don't have any Silagin on us. Is there anything else we could maybe do to help?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't ask for anything in return. Just want to help.
Yeah.
You mean that? In that case, could you grab me the ingredients to brew it? I can find what I need from Zugos.
Interesting.
I didn't even realize you could use Zugo parts to make booze. People sure are creative. I go on for it.
Alright.
Don't have what you need, but you think you can hang in there until you find it?
What?
Not like I've got much of a choice. But you sure you want to help? We'll be crossing paths with Zugos, you know?
Good.
Can't not do anything when we know you're in need. I'd feel guilty just giving you up a creek. I'll take fighting a couple of Zugos over trying to blow the dirt here in this sort of climate any day of the week. Hard declare.
Using Zugos to make drinks. That takes guts.
No one would have come up with it before the occupation. That's for sure.
You don't think the Snake Eyes will hold it against them, do you?
If anything, the warmth might help loosen them up.
Okay.
Then helping me out, I appreciate it if you found those ingredients before I freeze my ass off. Okay.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Okay, so... balik na lang ako mamaya. Level 13 pa lang? Or si Rinwell lang yan? Okay, so Alpha is 13, Shion 13, Rinwell 13. Okay, so that's it. Valorant time na. Stress. Okay, see ya.